Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you may be watching this. Welcome. My name is Toni McClurg. I am an IDT Business Management student, and today I'm going to be analysing a TED Talk video on marketing. My digital marketing lecturer, Darren, has set this as an assignment for the whole class, and hopefully he'll be the only person who watches this. My digital marketing lecturer, Darren, has set this as an assignment for the whole class and hopefully will be the only person who watches this. The TED Talk I have picked is How Social Media is Changing the Face of Marketing by Teresa Heatwaring. I have chosen to let the video play and just pause and analyse each section. So I will start now. I hope you enjoy.
Hello, TEDx. Boy, am I excited to be here today. And I'm excited for two reasons. Firstly, I have had a TEDx talk on my vision board since the day I had a vision board. And secondly, thank you very much. And secondly, when I heard today's theme, not business as usual, I felt that my industry of social media couldn't have been better fitting with today's subject.
Firstly, I think her introduction was great. Got me interested straight away. Although she seems a little nervous, she still manages to be very enthusiastic, which I think is hard to do because if that was me, the nerves would very much take over. I don't think I'd be able.
Mike Stelzner, who's head of Social Media Examiner, once said that social media is the fastest moving industry in the world. And you know what? I love it. I love the fact that businesses can find audiences, can grow their wealth and their knowledge by reaching out to different people all over the world. I love the fact that I can see my friends' children growing up or what my friends do on their holidays. And I love the fact that I can be connected to people all over the world without ever having met them. This guy is called Toni, and Toni lives in the Cook Islands. And Toni and I started to connect over Instagram because we share the same passion for social media and follow the same people.
Hey, kia ora everybody at TEDx in Telford from the beautiful and really busy beaches here on Rarotonga in the Cook Islands. My name is Toni and I want you to enjoy a wonderful talk today with the fabulous Teresa Heatwaring and maybe come visit the Cook Islands sometimes. Kia ora Teresa, ka kite.
What a nice guy. Toni is a lovely, lovely guy. And like I said, I think the fact that I can show you a film like that is phenomenal. I had no idea where the Cook Islands was when I started talking to Toni.
She talks a lot about social media and shows us how it's a great way to connect to other people for business and for pleasure, which I think was a good thing since her goal is to get her audience focusing on how social media is changing the face of marketing.
And I had to Google where it was. That's where the Cook Islands is. It's in the middle of the ocean on the other side of the planet, and we know each other because of social media. So to start my story, I want to take you back to 2004. Facebook had just launched, and I had just graduated from this very university with a BA Honours in marketing. And I couldn't wait to get started, to do my first marketing job where I could put into practice all those amazing theories I had learned and build a marketing strategy and do all those cool things. And my first job as a marketing assistant was mainly spent doing things like franking letters for direct mail campaigns and sending fax campaigns. You heard me right, fax. For the younger people in the audience, someone is going to have to explain to you what a fax is. However,
I know this TED Talk is from 2018, so obviously it would help that long ago, but so many aspects of social media has changed. I feel everybody is able to use it and use it well. Like my parents, my grandparents, they're all on social media. They're all using it the same way I am. You know?
After 10 years in marketing, 4 years ago, I decided I wanted to start my own business. So I was going to specialize in social media for businesses, and I immediately came up with two problems. Problem number one, every man and his dog was doing social media, and they weren't necessarily doing it at the level that I wanted to do it at. The second problem was businesses just didn't take it seriously at all. They often chose the youngest person in the office to do their social media strategy. They looked at the person who would occasionally send a tweet or had some friends on Facebook and decided they would hand over their entire social media strategy to them. They just didn't see that it was part of marketing, and therefore they didn't take it seriously at all. So when I started my business, I started with the main aim to not only educate but teach businesses to not only just do social media, but to love social media.
When she does talk about the experience she had where she felt the business she was in always turned to the younger employees to do the social media part of advertising, I do understand and agree with that, because to this day I think that still happens. Like in the job that I'm currently in, we do have employees that are working on the social media part, like by just that, and they are young people and they are people who would have been known to like have a good Instagram feed, stuff like that. So I do agree with that. I think that's still like that to this day.
So let me bring you up to present day. It's 2018 and there are currently approximately 4.1 billion internet users, 54% of the globe's population. To put it into perspective, 2.46 billion of those people are social media users. Crazy thought. So with this in mind, I want to explain the two ways in which I think social media has changed marketing forever.
I like how she showed the big number showing how many people are internet users. It is obvious that there are millions of people using the internet, but using the actual figures made me feel, I don't know, overwhelmed. Like, not overwhelmed, but like, overwhelmed might not be the word to use, but like, you know, you don't actually realise how many people are online and how many people you can communicate with. So overall, I feel she's doing a good job so far.
First off, in communication and how we communicate. Social media has encouraged us to share everything with the world. I want to tell you what I had for breakfast, where I went for dinner last night, and how many miles I've run. I'm kidding, I've never run. This is more like the stuff I share on social media, and if you can't read it, it says, working from home means I can start drinking earlier. That's a fact. But in all seriousness, social media has...
I like how she can joke around, but keep on top of what she's actually talking about. It makes the talk interesting, educational and fun, for me anyway, and her audience, as we can tell by their reactions. They're all engaging well with her, laughing along, you know, good.
Has opened up to worlds that we never knew about, causes that we could never understand until social media came along. Also, we no longer just talk in text. We no longer just send a text or send an email. We now have these amazing, innovative, lovely ways in which we can communicate. There are emojis and bitmojis and the most amazing face filters from Snapchat that my daughter and I just love. You can go live in seconds to millions of people across the world, and you can share with them some of the most amazing things that happen. And in terms of businesses, we have changed the way in which we communicate with our customers. We use platforms like Twitter in order to communicate with them. This is Tesco Mobile, and they use their Twitter account as a customer services tool. So no longer, if you have a complaint, do you need to pick up the phone, fill in a form, do some long, arduous process. You literally send a tweet and then wait, and hopefully within a fairly rapid amount of time, they're going to tweet you back to deal with your problem.
As I watch along, I have noticed the way she's talking about social media. It's as if it's like people have never used it before. But for me, someone who's been using it for like half of my life, it isn't as educational as it should be. From my perspective, I feel I already know most of the stuff she's talking about. But if I was in a situation where the stuff she is talking about, and someone came up to me and told me they want to expand their business on social media but don't know how much social media, nope, skip that out. As I watch along, I have noticed the way she's talking about social media is as if people have never used it before, but for me, someone who's been using it for like half of my life, it isn't as educational as it should be. From my perspective, I feel I already know most of the stuff she is talking about. If I was in a situation where someone came to me, told me they want to expand their business onto social media but don't know much about social media, this talk would definitely be something I would recommend watching.
Also, social media is now a hotbed of research. Gone are the days when I first finished my degree where we had to do focus groups or long questionnaires or telephone interviews. No, if you want to know something, head into a Facebook group that talks about that thing and find out the problems that those people have got. Put a tweet online to find out what issues people are dealing with. If you're thinking of starting a new product and you're not sure what colour to do it, put it out to the world of social media and ask them and wait for your responses to come flooding back.
I do agree with her here. If you don't know what product to sell, what colour to make your product, blah blah blah, stuff like that, you can build your company using social media and find out directly what your buyers want. I do think though in late 2021 this is old news. At this stage in life, with the recent global pandemic, everything and everyone is online in some way, whether it is their business or they're buying from other businesses themselves. Go back a couple of years, like 2018 when the video was first made, and watch it from like your 2018 point of view, it would be very useful and successful.
Also, as a marketer, we've had to change who we are. Not only are we just marketing the products, we're having to become creative and innovative content creators. We're having to put together blogs and podcasts and videos in order to keep you entertained, to keep you coming back to see us. So the other area that I think that it's really impacted on is the reach that we now have in the world.
I like how she explains to her audiences that if you're becoming a marketer, that's not the final step. You must learn how to influence, blog, all that stuff. She doesn't beat around the bush, she is showing the ins and outs.
Let's take Facebook, for instance. What Facebook knows about us personally is terrifying. However, from a business point of view, I swear it's the best thing I have ever seen. Their advertising platform is phenomenal. So I can put an advert out today and I can target you not only based on how old you are, what sex you are and where you are in the